Namaste and welcome to Tarot with Shilpa. A lot of queries about when the virus is going to end. I've done a video on this last month, and the link to that is at the end of this one. So, social distancing. Um, Most people's reactions are like as if we have been put in solitary confinement for the next 100 years. Stay on your own. It's not true. We are with our family, we are with our loved ones, and this is a very important time for us, for mankind, because it is necessary for us to really understand what's happening here, how we have come to a point where we literally have to lock ourselves in our house to stay alive. How did we come from being the supreme intelligent force on this planet to this now? Okay. Um, Today, I actually wanted to talk primarily about social distancing, and there is, there are different parts to this. First, understanding that social distancing only talks about human distancing. Basically, we are supposed to distance ourselves from our own species. We have not been asked to stay away from nature. We are not being asked to stay away from tapping into a larger consciousness. Man was supposed to coexist with nature. We actually came to this planet, and we are here because of a supreme intelligence. We have managed to make progress in leaps and bounds, and by virtue of that, we are sort of caretakers of this universe, of this planet. But we didn't do a good job about it, did we? We have disrespected nature. We have disrespected all that nature stands for, the animals in it, the plants. We have systematically destroyed everything that has brought us this far and sustained us. So the real question here is social distancing a temporary measure, or should it continue even after the pandemic is over? And here's what I think about it. If you have the green thumb and you're into gardening, you'll realize when we plant trees, there's a certain gap, certain distance we keep between one seed and the other, and primarily that is done because the plants need air, they need water, and they need the space to grow, right? Plant them too close together, and it's not good for the plant's health because it doesn't receive as much air and light as it requires, and the roots tend to tangle, and it doesn't achieve its potential. The expansion it needs is not available to the plant. We are not that different from these plants. When you spend a lot of time with others, somewhere your growth is stunted. We do get inspired by the people around us, but to a very large extent, if you see, in a group, what happens is that, our ego, our worth, our motivations are a very large factor of how others perceive us, how others think and behave towards us. Similarly, with them, how we are to them is what determines how they feel about themselves. So basically, we're just feeding off each other's energies. The problem with this is that most of our time is spent in trying to make a favorable impression on others. See, it's such a pointless effort because there is so much that we can do on our own. There's so many different dimensions to be explored in a human being, that all this energy that is spent in trying to appear to be liked by others is a sheer waste of time. It's a known fact that people in a group will do a lot of things that which they otherwise would never do when they're alone. So, okay, I have a small anecdote to tell you. There was this farmer who was once farming, and he had a house called Buddy. When he was in the farm one day, a man came rushing to him, and he said, "Hey, I'm so sorry, but my car is gone into a ditch, and it's a small car. And if you don't mind, could you have your horse come and pull it out for me? And the farmer said, okay, come, let's take a look. So he went, and yes, it was a small car. One horse would have done the job. So the farmer's house, the farmer tethers the horse to the car and says, "Hey Mandy, pull the car." The horse doesn't budge because the horse's name is Buddy, right? "Hey Paul, pull the car." No response. Then he calls him by another name. Again, there's no response. Finally, the farmer says, "Buddy, pull the car," and the horse pulls the car. The car is out of the ditch, and the owner can't contain himself. He thanks the farmer, and then he wants to know why the farmer addressed the horse with so many different names. And the farmer said, "See, my horse is blind. If my horse knew that he was the only one pulling the cart, he wouldn't even make an attempt." That pretty much sums up how we as human beings are. We always want to know what the others are doing. We want to know how others are living, how others are perceiving, how others are thinking. Somewhere along the way, we forget how what we are, what I am. The I gets lost completely. And as you know, there is a larger soul plan to why we are here, and we were meant to spend some time by ourselves every day, and that is why disciplines like yoga, meditation, chakra cleansing, all this exists for a reason, because we get so lost in the dynamics of the group that we lose sight of who we are, why we have come to this planet. Social distancing, I think, is perfect because we as a race do not know how to, we don't value our own, we don't respect people's boundaries. If you don't believe me, you should stand in a queue, at a temple. It's horrible. All these people coming there and praying and calling out to God, and then trampling over the person who's in front of them. It's a stampede. I mean, the the Serengeti migration seems so tame compared to this. It's that bad. That's what we have become. We don't have any respect for each other. We don't have respect for nature. We've lost the ability to think consciously. We were supposed to take care of this planet. We were supposed to take care of the animals, and instead we kill them and we eat them. So instead of thinking of social distancing as a punishment that we're getting, let's just take a vow to commune more with nature, to understand our connection to this planet, to appreciate all that we have, to count our blessings, to really understand that we have a responsibility towards this planet, and not treat it how we have been doing it all these years. I really hope and pray that we come out of this safely and as soon as possible. But in the meanwhile, please take social distancing as an opportunity. Take a deep breath and really understand why we are here, and strive to make this planet a much better place to live in.